Hey everybody, it's Felipe from Diamond Equity Investments here in Chicago, and I'm here with Edward. We just basically got done closing on his property, and he actually moved into his new home now. So after closing, again, I want to be able to ask a couple questions, talk about the experience. So Edward, the first question would be, why did you decide to sell the home in the first place?
Well, getting older, thinking about retiring, and wanted to downsize. So I wanted to, sell the house, and we moved into a condo. So lower my monthly expenses and maybe to be able to work a little bit less. So
That's the dream. That's the American dream, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, what was it that made you choose working with us instead of the traditional working with an agent? Right?
Well, a big part of it was the house, needed some improvements to get it saleable, to get it, top buck. If I were to go with a realtor, then I'd also be paying probably $10,000-$12,000 in commission. So you got to deduct that off the bottom line, basically. Plus the money it would have taken to fix up a few things that needed to be done.
Time.
And then also the time, but and basically you're rolling the dice when you're throwing money into a property you're selling. So
Yeah.
you never know if you're gonna get it back or not. So until somebody buys it. But so I just figured it would be a lot easier, even though the bottom line was a little lower than it might have been, but I still didn't have to put any money into it or invest more time into it. So
Okay. Now I'm kind of going off. Kind of want to talk about your background. I know you kind of came from the same lines as do broker, right?
yeah, I sold real estate when I was young. I did have a broker's license for a while. That didn't end up being what I did the rest of my life. But
Well, what I was going to dig into that was based on your experience from your traditional real estate transaction, from experiencing something innovative with us, something brand new. Can you talk a little bit about that experience as far as traditional versus working with us?
yeah, it was a little bit more relaxed. There wasn't, even though there was the pre-marketing deal, which I didn't expect because I had never seen anything like that before. But I read the contract and I knew we had to do it, so we did it. But that was something new to me. But whatever got the deal done didn't really matter to me after a while. I just wanted to get it done, and it seemed to be the process seemed to work well because really there were only a few people that came to see the house, so
Short and sweet.
and then we were good to go pretty much. So,
Yeah, so then the kind of last question in a sense would be somebody that might be in the same situation as you, better or worse. If you were to kind of talk to them and they're probably thinking about looking us up, what would you say something to them as far as what the expectation might be?
well, I would say you have to decide whether or not you can maybe give up some money for some convenience. Okay, I mean everything costs money, but if you don't want to have, especially in the year and a half we just spent with COVID and everything, people traipsing through your house, looking at your house day and night, whenever, strangers basically that are coming through. If you don't mind that, and because you got to make it available to sell it, so. But I would suggest looking at this process because it's simple. You don't have to do any repairs. You don't have to. You're not subject to one of these crazy inspections that go on. You got some paint chipped over here. You got to fix that. I mean, it can get crazy. And everybody's trying to prove that they deserve their money for their job. So the inspectors gonna find stuff.
Everyone wants a piece of the pie.
Right. So I would suggest, I would suggest the process. I would suggest going this way for that reason, and you know, especially in my case, I didn't have a lot of equity, but especially somebody that has a lot of equity in a house, in a home, that would definitely be the way to go. I mean, you know, what's the difference, you know, between a couple $1,000s at that point? You know, you might as well do it the easy way.
Yeah.
And it was done quickly. There was no waiting for somebody to get an approval on a loan, or you know, or contingent on selling their house or any of that. It was, once it was done, it was done. So it was. I would recommend it.
I appreciate it. That's really all I had to say. I mean, for me, it was a pleasure not only getting to meet you, Therese, Molly, the whole family.
Yeah.
And I'm learning a lot. And
Yeah.
it was, I liked it better because it's like I'm talking to the older version of me. You know? Like, it's like, oh, so that's where I'm going to be at, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so to me, that was good.
Yeah, I like,
you know, and then
I could say that too, right? I like
Good.
dealing with you because you're very, very, very nice kid, nice personality. I don't call you a kid, but to me, you're a kid.
Oh.
Hey.
But
Your son's an
you're learning, like you said, you're learning a lot, and you're you know, you got the personality for this, so
appreciate
you know,
that.
just stick with it. Yeah.
One day at a time, right?
Yeah.